All right, legs. Yes, I shave. Anna wanted me to shave. Um, I don't, I don't know how I feel about the stash. I don't know. Uh, luckily, the bulk has not gotten rid of every last remnants of bone structure that I have. Like I said, I was nervous about shaving because last time, uh, I was clean shaven. I was in prep, so I was like 40, 50 pounds lighter. So, if you have some facial hair on, granted I was keeping it trimmed down, not letting it get bushy, but you can kind of hide some face fat. Whereas, if you're clean shaven, it's naked, it's all out there. But I look like a cop, so there's that. Anyways, lift. It's legs. I'm in a frustrated mood, so good body part to have to go release some tension. Feel tired, but the pre will kick in soon. Um, so lift wise, kind of unsure how well this is gonna go to plan. Cause I have to poop. At least I feel like I have to poop, which doesn't really make sense because my pooping schedule. I pooped on time uh, today. Then again, I did go out to dinner and have an unplanned meal or untracked meal of. Uh, I got 3 rolls of sushi and a plate of hibachi. So I got fried rice, steak, and chicken. It's very good, very good. Nevertheless, on to the list. Uh, so starting off with squat pattern movement. Um, I've played around with, doing a compound knot at the beginning. I just don't like it. I think there's positives to it, in the sense of, if you start off with an isolation movement, you can really fatigue out. Like, let's say if it's your quad, and then you finish off with the compound that kind of incorporates everything. And you have a little bit more aid of muscles in the sense of, you can get a little bit more out by drawing on your glutes and everything else in the squat movement. And so maybe you like doing your compound later in the set, but I personally, I definitely I enjoy doing the compounds, the heavier, the harder shit at the beginning. Um, shouldn't say harder, like everything's gonna be hard, but more taxing, I guess, because 12 sets of squats would obviously probably tucker you out a bit more than 12 sets of leg extensions because you've got all that weight just sitting on top of you. But so that's the plan. Squat pattern movement, pendulum squat, more than ideally. Really hoping it's not taken. Uh, and then you're gonna do however many sets of that, and then finish off the rest of my quad work with abhorrent, unnecessary amount of leg extension volume. So quads, pretty simple, pretty easy right there. Then I will hit my adductors, hit my calves, and then finish off with anywhere between like 4 to 8 total sets of hamstrings. Today's gonna be my quad dominant day, so I'll probably have like anywhere between 8 to 12 total working sets of quads, and 4 to 8 total working sets of hamstrings, depending on how everything's feeling and if I feel like I need more or not. And I'll probably split that volume relatively close to 50-50 for the hamstrings between the lying and the seated. Seated's going to be more of an ideal movement because of the where the hamstring inserts. The seated, you are training it in a more lengthened position, which is more ideal for hypertrophy. So if you could only choose one movement and you had both available to you, the seated is going to be more ideal. I just happen to I like and enjoy both, so that's what I've been doing lately. Um, yeah, yes. So I guess I'll jibber jabber about other stuff when I get home, or not when I get home, on the drive home. In the meantime, I've got a little bit left in the car ride. I'm gonna turn this off, put some music on. I can hear my uh, phone mount falling. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the gym. Stop, stop. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, so what will, I guess, for you guys be 2 seconds in between clips has been like an hour for me. I did 2 sets of I did the pendulum. I want to say I did 8 or 9 sets of extensions. Then I did adductors. There was a lady on the machine next to it, so she asked about the camera. I could tell she wasn't super comfortable being in the video. She didn't ask me not to, but I could just tell she seemed uncomfortable, so I just turned it off and put the camera away just to try and be courteous. So I did my adductors. I did like 3 high rep sets. Then I did calves. And then I did a little bit more. Actually, wait, hold on. I forgot. I supersetted my adductors with more leg extensions because I had lost my pump because somebody started talking to me. And I wanted to get the pump back. Because I didn't really get to like look at it at all. So, been here a while. Been doing a lot. Been doing more than probably needed. But here we are. Gonna finish off with 4, if they're good, 4 sets of just see the hamstring curls and then call it a day. Oh. All right. Tell you what, I could go for some Five Guys. Five Guys, however, probably would not go for me. I feel like I would be backed up for a bit. And it's funny because I used to eat Five Guys almost on a daily. I remember like senior year summer or going into senior year. I was working two jobs and two manual labor jobs, so I was making good money for a college kid in the sense of I could afford the highway robbery prices that are Five Guys. Uh, and so I would, my lifting buddy and I at the time would stop at a Five Guys. There was a Five Guys literally on our way back, right by the gym that we went to, almost every time. Almost every lift we would stop and get Five Guys if we both had the time, and 100% every leg day stop and get Five Guys. And the order was two. I forget if it's a double bacon cheeseburger, whatever the one is with the double patties, the big one. I would get the big bacon cheeseburger. I liked getting it with. Some people might think this is weird condiments wise, but my toppings exactly were lettuce, tomatoes, grilled mushrooms, grilled onions, mustard, and mayonnaise. And leg days, I would make sure I would get two of them. I think we always got a fried, a split. And sometimes, depending on the day, I might get a milkshake. I don't remember, but I don't think I did, just because that was a lot. And in the end, it was like, not that the bacon cheeseburger is all that clean of eats, but it's at least you got good amount of protein, and it's there's you could argue there's a better use post workout wise for a big greasy cheeseburger than there is for just a milkshake. So definitely would always throw down with the two burgers and the fries. I miss it for sure, but I don't know how my stomach would handle that since I've been eating so regimentally and strictly and routinely and blandly for so long now. It would probably definitely take some getting used to. Nevertheless, took fucking forever, but it went well. The thing I wanted to jibber jabber and go on a spiel about. The reason I was in not the best mood and really just wanted to kind of lift my frustration down. So, let's see if we can make this light legally. And we did. Legally, under the speed limit, as of course. My back's tightening up. Ugh. All right, so, ever since I was a kid, I always struggled, and this is something I've realized more in hindsight, struggled very much with when people don't think or function the same way that I do. I like understanding how things work. And so with that being said, when a person functions differently than me, thinks differently, I like to try and wrap my head around it because I like to understand things. I understand how I work, and if somebody does something different, I want to try and make sense of it. And so something I still do struggle with is when people are very different than I. Sometimes I get wrapped around the axle about it, and I fixate on it way more than I should or than needed. And so, with college starting back up and all the college kids moving back in, I don't know why I say college kids as if I'm not one of them. But so, it's the first weekend for my campus or my university that everybody's moving back in, so obviously everybody's going to go out, and I'm a homebody. I do my things. I do my gym. I do my meals. I'm pretty simple. And so yesterday, the apartment community where I live near campus, you got drunk kids walking all over, just being being drunk college kids. Uh, and it's obviously, I don't expect, nor should I, all people to think, function, or prioritize things the same way that I do. I'm abnormal. I'm different. Not everybody gives a fuck about the gym or bodybuilding or their diet like I do. But I very much, I personally, drinking, partying, going out and super socializing is not my forte. I've got my dog, I've got my roommate, I've got or roommates, I've got Anna. I feel happy with what I got. So I personally don't feel like I gain much out of going out and doing stuff. And that's me. That's how I function. Sometimes though I struggle when there are people that are so opposite of that. Not to say that they're wrong for doing so or that I'm right for not doing so. It's a subjective thing. I just happen to struggle with it when it. Yeah, I struggle to wrap my head around it. My view. I'm trying to be very particular with my word choice because I don't want to sound like some, grump that's all judgy and judgmental of, people around him, especially when he's kind of technically the oddball out. So my view on it is, I don't like drinking. I don't like the idea of drinking to excess. It's like it's a moderation thing. I get it. People like to socially drink, but I feel like I feel that college culture is so much normalized, if not glorified, the whole everything to the excess. It's not just socially drinking; it's drinking to the excess. It's not just being carefree. It's being reckless and making poor decisions. And I see this girl who probably isn't even 21 getting dragged out of the bar just to be laid on her side because she's vomiting, probably having alcohol poisoning, and I don't know. I feel weird. I feel that it's. I feel like so many people would look at that and be like, "Oh, that's normal. That's college." Um, and so it's such a drastic difference than how I think and function. And I got so used to just being in my own little bubble over the summer because I stayed mostly at my apartment over the summer to train with my training partner and just focus on bodybuilding and working. And so I definitely got a little acclimated to being in my bubble. And so I guess you could say it was an abrupt adjustment having all the people back and all the people that are very different than I. And so I just felt wound up about it. And so it was a good well needed workout to just go and just lift. There's gonna be things in life that are gonna be, and this is almost hypocritical for me to say, but I almost need to say it to myself for my own benefit. Uh, there's gonna be things in life that you're not going to agree with. There's gonna be things in life that are gonna frustrate you, and probably more often than not, they're gonna be things that you don't really have much control over. So sometimes you just need an outlet and a healthy one because you can't get mad. You can't let frustrations, regardless of what they're about, fester. So whether your outlet is taking a hot shower and singing, or sitting on your porch and painting the scenery, or going for a jog, or for me, going and just lifting and being frustrated and lifting all that out. So, with that being said, I feel cleansed emotionally, so that's nice. Um, yeah. I guess something I would like to add uh, from a quote from a TV show I've been watching. Uh, just because you've heard it before doesn't make it not good advice. So, for what I'm about to say, however corny or cheesy or overstated or obvious it might sound, you know, I need to hear it more. So I'm just gonna say it, and if anybody else needs to hear it. It will do you more benefit than harm, learning or forcing yourself to let go of the things that you can't control. The things that will frustrate you in life are more often than not going to be stuff you can't control. And being wound up, upset, or frustrated, or even angry about it, it's not going to do you much good. Um, so, oh my god, spaced out for a second and looked back on my phone, and there's a low battery message. But yeah, as I was saying, it's not going to do you all that good. So easier said than done, but find ways to either let go of it or channel that frustration into something useful, or that energy into something useful, because even if you really hate the thing you're mad at, that's not going to do anything to it other than eat away at you. So, alright, that's enough spieling from a box. What the fuck do I know? I'm gonna go eat, and I'm gonna go eat a lot. Alright, that was legs. Tomorrow's chest. Tomorrow's chest. And my physics class, we don't have our lab for the first week of class, which means I get to go hit chest even earlier than planned. So, alright, that brightened my mood.